Hey guys, what's up? It's Pyro. I'm back for the daily run for the 19th of March 2016. Hope you guys are doing well. I just got back from gym and I figured I'd hop on and record a little bit because I am behind a little bit with my recordings. Haven't really been consistent as I've been sent, but I went to the gym and smashed a 10k. Really loving the running lately. When I came back from Orlando, I was sort of like, fell off the wagon a little bit, but recently been getting back on and going a little bit longer distance, you know, between 10 and 20 kilometers per run, so really been enjoying that lately. And I always discuss how I don't know, man, like sometimes I go into these very depressive periods where I just ruminate on thoughts quite a lot actually, and you know, it's very depressing to be in. It's like you know, you're out this like it feels like you're in like a pit, doesn't it? You know, for me anyway. And I need to sort of put up barriers in my life, because there's events in my life that are going to put me in, you know, a bad mood or really going to trigger like a depressive period. And I'm trying to just, you know, find as much remedies as I can to that. And honestly, like long distance running has been, you know, the key. 10, 20 kilometers. Like after the first couple miles, it's like meditating to me. You know, it's just like, I can't describe it, but it's done wonders for my mental health. That combined with, you know, eating a lot of green vegetables, going heavy on, you know, healthy foods, has just made a tremendous difference. Now, obviously, you know, I'm no Superman. it isn't gonna, you know, completely revolutionize your life unless you put a little bit of effort in. But I think the number one thing for me is just to get outside more, because, especially back here at home when you're living. You know, I'm not gonna lie, my parents are pretty toxic in terms of their behavior, and it really rubs off on me. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say I hate my parents. I don't hate my parents, by the way. I just putting that out there. My parents are watching this. I appreciate my parents and what they've done for me. It's just that I don't know. It feels like I always slow down, Pyro. Slow down. I always get in a very negative mood when, you know, I don't know. It's just like little things, complaining about little things that really aren't issues, you know, that really drive me the wrong way. And then, oh, come on, don't do this. It's frustrating to be around, just, you know, constant ruminating over stupid things, to be honest. So I think I'm going to make an active effort to get out of the house a bit more. You know, not only do I go out and run for an hour a day, or not only do I... what's the best way to get this? Is it even worth it? You know, that is the question. I don't think it is. But I want to try and set aside a few hours each morning, like 9 a.m. to 12, and I want to go to the library and code. I was doing that for a period there, but I kind of fell off. You know, just getting out of the house, getting my work done when I need to get it done, and then, you know, executing, because there's so much more. There's so much more to life, I always say, than, you know, sitting in a room. So it's always nice to get outside and explore the world, and that really is the plan for me right now. Oh, come on. Go back to your breath. Chill out. Chill out a little bit. Just a little bit frustrated there, guys, because Devil Deal's out the window now. You know, just a minute. Sorry, 1 second of just, you know, lapsed concentration, and it's gone. So, pretty annoyed at that one, but we'll see how it goes. Continue onwards. I can't sit here and preach how, you know, my parents get annoyed about stupid things, then I get annoyed about a stupid thing like that as well. But the house I was talking about last week, I am still on track for it, hopefully. Application form going in this week, and then I'll just, you know, need to wait and see what they say. But I'll keep you guys updated on that. Really hoping it goes through this time, because I don't know. I've applied for like 3 or 4 apartments and houses, and they've all got rejected just because I'm so young, or you know, I'm self-employed, and it's kind of hard to, you know, it's kind of hard to get that when you're self-employed. Also, the fact that I'm moving up by myself, you know, because usually someone moving into like a 2-bedroom apartment would be like in a couple, or they'd move it in with a friend. No, hopefully this house I'm moving into, I'll be going in with my friend. But oh my goodness, come on, dude. Deep breath, chill out, don't get frustrated, and it's all good. It's all Gucci. But gonna record some Isaac, and then record some Pokken tournament, I think. Ow, hey, what's up, dude? I'm gonna meditate after this as well, by the way, because I feel really like, I feel very reactionary to things, if that makes sense. Like, it's kind of stupid, because I've just went a run, and usually, you know, running chills me out, but that was a while ago. But one thing I noticed today was like I had this weird. No, oh man, I get my ass kicked today. Like seriously, this is this is quite the beating I'm getting. One thing I've noticed though is like I was running today and I went like 2 or 3 kilometers and my legs started to not hurt, but I don't know. I felt a little bit of discomfort in my. Oh crap! What the hell? Something just fell from the sky. Hey, dude, come on! What the hell was that? Was that a spider? Something like large just dropped from the sky. Where the hell? Oh my! If that's a spider, man! Wow, that is creepy. Wow, the game is employing spiders to drop down, so I just don't get a high score in the daily. That's kind of a new one. But yeah, it's interesting to me how, you know, you can do so much more than those mental barriers you put on yourself. And I think, you know, I would say running brings me back to that. It's very focused on the present as well. So it really does incorporate like meditation and stuff in a way. Nice. Troll bomb into. I'm gonna try my luck here. See if I can get a. Didn't mean to do that. It's cool. I have a lot of bombs. 10% chance. Will I get a devil deal? Find out today. Got that teratoma action going on. Also, one thing I learned. Oh my goodness. One thing I learned this weekend is I do not tolerate alcohol well. I've been struggling with this concept for a while now. Like I've always wanted to, I guess, not drink. You know, and when I do drink, I don't drink that much. I would say I drink like 2 or 3 beers. I go home and I drink like 2 liters of water, and I still wake up the next day feeling the effects, like really badly. Actually, I don't know what's up. I guess I'm just not made for alcohol, but you know, it's that peer pressure, isn't it? You go to a club or somewhere, and everyone else has a beer. But I think I'm gonna try and, you know, I think I'm gonna try and go stone cold sober. No, I think I'm gonna try and just eliminate all sort of mind-altering substances, except for caffeine, I guess. I always find it funny how people complain about this drug or that drug when, you know, there's a good video. I was watching a Joe Rogan podcast a while ago, and it was called, like, Our Brain is on Drugs All the Time. Like, there's things that you put into your body that you wouldn't know is a drug, like chocolate or, you know, different types of foods have these chemicals in them that, you know, alter your mood when... Obviously not as severe as, like, you know, taking, like, acid or something, or, you know, drinking or smoking a joint, but it still alters your mood in some ways. Like, for example, green tea. Green tea has L-theanine in it, which is very good for, like, calming you. I really like drinking green tea in the evenings because it doesn't have that much caffeine in it, but it's really nice to chill out with, especially green tea with some dark chocolate, like 80% dark chocolate and above. But there you go. This intro has been quite the twist and turn, hasn't it? What's up, dude? Doing well? I'm doing okay here, aren't I? I probably should shut my mouth though, because I know, you know. There you go. Well done. That's what you get. I deserve that. I'm not gonna say I don't. Yeah, this eye is sort of tanking everything. 11% chance of getting a devil deal. I have more chance of winning the lottery. Have I been to Edinburgh? I haven't got the freezing shot. There we go. 846. Awesome. Also found a few books that I bought last year that I hadn't actually read. I don't know why. I buy a lot of books in advance, so I kind of know what I'm reading next. I actually recently finished up. I have like 30 minutes left of the autobiography of Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. Really, really cool book. And honestly, like, the amount of struggles that guy goes through is insane. I don't know if you know the story of Nelson Mandela, but he, along with his party, the ANC, helped conquer apartheid in South Africa. And really incredible book. It's like a 70-year journey, you know. Talks about him growing up in the Transkei in Africa, South Africa, and you know, just growing up, all of the discrimination and racism towards black people in South Africa, and then just over the years, all the measures they took, all the protests, you know, how they started off being non-violent and then had to move to violence because the government wouldn't listen, and then they get jailed, and then, you know, they escape jail, and, you know, people die around him a lot. It's honestly quite quite tragic, you know, but I guess it just shows that you have your, you know, you have your cause, and you can go that far for it. It's really inspirational. So yeah, definitely would recommend picking that up and checking that out if you can. I got it on Audible, but I don't know. I like audiobooks. I like biographies as audiobooks because I usually listen to those when I'm out running or like when I'm making food or something. Just any sort of couple of minutes that I can get to myself. And you'd be really surprised. It adds up. I think the book itself was like 38 hours. And, you know, I'm almost done it. No, it took me maybe a month to get through. But I believe that's like my 8th book of the year. I've kind of slowed down the past couple of weeks, which I need to get back on. I was reading a book on meditation. And then my meditation schedule sort of got messed up. And kind of lost motivation to read that book. But I need to get back on it because, you know, as I said, meditation is one of those activities that really, you know, stops my brain from going back to that depressive autopilot mode that it always, you know, it's basically how I grew up. I don't know what it is that really makes my brain think that way by default. My parents told me, like, when I was younger, I witnessed someone getting beat up. I'm not sure if that was, like, some sort of past trauma or whatever, but, you know, you try to combat it in the way you can, I guess. I think you learn to accept it over time, don't you? You know what things you can do and what things you can't do, and, you know, like, you know, running meditation is for me. Being social, I guess. It's tough, man. It's tough sometimes, though. Like, I always think, like, I need to take these baby steps every day, regardless of, I don't know, because if I have a really crappy day, that has the tendency to spill over into the next day. I'm trying to get the cancer trinket here, by the way. That would probably really turn my game around if I could grab that. So I'm hoping I can get that. That's why I held on to the mom's box. But, you know, if I have a really bad day, it has a tendency to spill over to the other days, and it really ruins a lot of my progress, so I need to be on top of that where I can, and I don't know, I'm thinking back like a year or two ago, when I came home from university, and I got into this big depressive spiral, and you know, man, like, even getting up and getting showered every day was tough, and, I don't know, I never went to the doctor about that. I probably should have, to be honest. Because I just had no motivation. But, I figure, like, if I ever did get clinically diagnosed as being depressed or something, I wouldn't take the antidepressants. I know they can be a lifesaver for a lot of people. But for me, I just want to understand my own sort of brain and how it works. And I think, you know, by doing those activities that I described and just trying to advance myself in little ways each day, and knowing that I've made these small progresses each day, was kind of enough for me to get out of that, you know, as long as I'm taking steps to rectify the issue in the long run, I guess. That's good enough for me. So I have my little spreadsheet. I'll show you guys that most of my channel updates where I track down everything each day, and you know, I'll admit I have some days where I just don't do something. Like, for example, like yesterday I was severely hungover from St. Patrick's Day, and I just didn't do anything, and you know, that kind of put me in a little bit of a mood today, because, you know, that's a day I've lost progress, and, you know, time waits for no man, as they say, so I need to really get back on that. But I feel I do have a tendency to be a bit hard on myself sometimes, and, you know, as I say, baby steps. There's one thing I've learned from meditating, it's kind of like, wow. It's kind of like, wow. It's, I'm gonna go for this, I need this anyway, so Guppy's head, nice, and Guppy's turtle, wow. That's crazy. I'm still looking for the... still looking for that cancer trinket. But there's a book I was reading on meditation, The Mind Illuminated, and one thing I learned from that was, like, anytime you notice your mind wandering a little bit, don't, like, beat yourself up. You should reward yourself for realizing that, you know, your mind wandered and you brought it back to the actual, you know, moment, instead of going off in this thought pattern. And I think for me, like, even, you know, if I do mess up a day, beating myself up, saying, you know, blah blah blah, you suck, blah blah blah, it isn't really going to do anything. It's going to make me feel worse, isn't it? So I try to keep myself as my biggest cheerleader, right? Dollar bill. Interesting. I don't think I want that, actually. I don't think I want that either. Sad bombs, no. Bob. Libra. Huh. Interesting. That actually could give me an overall tears up. I think my no, it's +2, okay. I'll live with that. I can live with that. +2. Cancer trinket brings me down to -4. And I get a slight damage up there as well. Pretty good. Still waiting on that though. So yeah, I'm just trying to take a baby steps. Like lately, I guess I'll put it all out there. I've been feeling really guilty about YouTube because I've been, not really being consistent with it. And I think that's just, I'm waking up in the morning and not really going at it first thing. And I really am bad at managing my time as of lately, but I'm getting there. Like especially once I'm traveling and try to get back into a routine, it's tough. But I'm getting there, man. And hopefully you guys can bear with me with the patience. I'm trying to get as much up as I can, but the thing is, like, it'll come, I'll be recording and then I'll look, because usually towards the start of the day, I try to dedicate my time to coding and getting real life stuff done. And then usually late at night, I would dedicate myself to recording, but I just find sometimes I lack energy late at night. Like, I'm recording this at 10 p.m. and this is my second video of the day, and I'm, committing to that five episode a day thing. And the thing is, once you're on top of your schedule, you can go at it, right? And you can really, get on top of it and do it. But when I want to get 5 up, I'm waiting all night to get it up, the videos. So I've got a couple to record after this, and I'll probably step to like 2 or 3, and then that leads into the next day of being not underslept, but waking up at a late hour, which kind of depresses you out a bit. And and sometimes I say a lot, don't I? You'll get people saying like, you should take a break, and that's completely correct. You should take a break because humans are very rhythmic in their behavior. You rest and then you exert energy. You rest and then you exert energy. You want to think of your work as like a sprinter. You go for these bursts, and then you would rest up, and then you go for another burst. And just going full throttle all the time isn't the key, but at the same time, I want that. Oops. You're constantly playing catch up, and you feel like you've got so much to do. I guess the best thing is just stepping back and reevaluating. So, for example, like tonight, I kind of feel guilty for not getting 5 videos up, and any other day I'd probably sit there and beat myself up about it and say, oh, you need to get all these videos up, and I would stay up until like 5 a.m. to get them done. But now I'm sort of thinking like, you know what, I'm gonna get a couple videos done. If I don't get them all done, it's not the end of the world. I think this year, guys, I probably am gonna try and transition into a more hobby-based YouTube. And I know that like I'm not quitting YouTube, don't worry, but I'm thinking about this a long time now, and I kind of just want to try and have like something I can build on each day that isn't so much based on randomness. And I don't want to say like YouTube is based on randomness, but I think a decent amount of it is. I guess that's for any sort of field, any media field. If you're a musician, or if you're an artist, or if you're a singer. Well, I guess that's a musician, right? This is interesting because cracked dice rerolls your stats, doesn't it? It does. So I want to try and take some damage, and then we'll go back. So yeah, I'm gonna try and do that. Not loving that. So I'll still probably be posting multiple videos there. It's just that I want to sort of try and take care of my future, like where I'm gonna be in the future. And I think I'm really stressing out lately because I'm sort of thinking like, okay, if YouTube falls flat in its face, like where am I going next after this? And obviously then I went to university for coding, what have you. I'm getting wrecked here, holy crap. There we go, just about made that one, man. Went to university for coding, and that would be the route I would go, but I sort of feel like not qualified in a way. Like I'm working on my websites, but I haven't really completed them yet. I would feel better about myself if I did have a couple projects to show off, and that's why I want to go to the library every day. But I think YouTube is always going to be something that I would do as a hobby, because it's very therapeutic for me. It's very therapeutic to express my thoughts and express myself, I guess, to you guys. And I think that's over time, sort of what I have wanted to do with my YouTube has changed. But I think like for me, it's always about just always about just lately it's just been about expressing me and what I'm going through each day or what I'm going through each week. I wonder if that affects Libra at all. Does it? It does. -2 on that. That's actually quite good. +5 as well. Wow, that is a huge pickup. I think the mom's box helps there as well. So, that's gonna be my goal. Like, I'm still gonna complete all the series and stuff. It's just, and I do want to be consistent, but I don't know. It's worrying because I was never really earning like a huge amount from YouTube, so to speak. I was earning enough just to get by, and lately it should have been teeter-tottering, and I kind of have had to think more long term. Like I could switch to streaming, but I don't have the room where I'm at. And if I move out, of course I'll try that. But you know, I want to try and get a little bit better at programming. And I've always wanted to like stream coding and just talk, chat crap, I guess. So we'll see how that goes. But you know, again, as I said, I would probably never. I would never just leave YouTube. You know, anybody that I've known that's done it over the years has never escaped for more than, you know, a couple months before they came back to it. So there you go. There you go. So I'm gonna try and be more consistent, of course, and I will try to do that where I can. It's just I need to stop stressing out so much if I don't get my videos up for the day. I think the biggest thing freaking me out is like my channel previously used to be based on what I want to do here. My channel used to be based on just putting videos up on that day, and I would get a lot of my views from the videos that I put up that day. I'll buy that. Why not? I haven't got enough money actually. But now I'm sort of relying on a lot of old Snowball views, like my Majora's Mask series or my Pokemon series, or stuff that I've done like last year. And I understand like the stuff I'm posting now isn't getting as much initial views, which is cool. But you know, I still have an audience there, and I always say you have to be grateful for what you have. I mean, some people ask, like, why do I have 400,000 subscribers almost and only get 1,000, 2,000 views per video? And it's just because when you subscribe to someone, that doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, this is the end. Crap, I forgot. I should have. Actually, there was no sacrifice room there. Oh man, I didn't mean to pick that up either. Crap, it was not good. Yeah, that was a pretty brutal run for me. Ow. Did I beat Dark Poison? No, that's the main thing. But no, he's not even on there yet. So I was talking about you know, how when someone clicks subscribe, think of that as like clicking like on Facebook. Like, how many bands or people do you like on Facebook, and then compare that with how much you interact with their content. So you'll see these pages on Facebook with millions of likes, and they'll get like 100 likes per post. And I sort of think YouTube and Twitter and stuff's going that way, where your engagement isn't necessarily your subscriber or your follower number. It's more a fraction of that. So I always give the example of PewDiePie having millions of subs. I think he's on like 45 million, and his videos on average would get 2 million views, and like still a crap load of people, don't get me wrong. It's just that you can sort of see the fraction there of people who actually engage with his content versus people who subscribe. And of course, for me, that's kind of the same, except I've been doing this a lot longer. You know, I've been doing this since 2008, so think of all the people from now, since 2008, that have clicked subscribe, and then think of the amount of people who actually still engage with that content. And I'm still obviously bringing people in and out as it goes, but let's slow down a little bit, just because, you know, I got my channel peaked off Minecraft and Call of Duty, and now I'm sort of into sort of indie games and just stuff I really enjoy, so I'm posting that. So I want to see where that goes. But yeah, as I said, I'll always continue posting on YouTube, but I've just sort of had a little think about it lately, and just kind of weighing out my options, because, you know, obviously there is going to come a time in the next year or two where I need to sort of say, okay, you know, I'm not getting enough income from this. I sort of need to set my sights elsewhere. And it's I know I'm ruminating here on, you know, the title screen of Isaac, but it's been one of those things that I've sort of been thinking of, like, how much time do I pour into this versus my reward. So I still enjoy doing it as a hobby, but to a certain extent you kind of think, like, if I'm spending 5 hours a day on YouTube, and that's 25 hours a week, would I be better spending that 25 7 times 5 is 25. No, it's 35. Basic math. This is why I did computer science, because I type the math questions into the computer and it gives me the answer. So I was thinking like 35 hours a week. Okay, that's a decent chunk of time, you know. And investing that into YouTube is my enjoyment that I'm getting back from it worth 35 hours? Is my, you know, reward from it? Blah blah blah. So I'm just sort of trying to teeter that and find like an equation, not an equation, but part of me sort of thinks like 5 years down the line, will I regret that? Will I regret spending so much time? But you know, this is one of those things you'll learn through experience, I guess. So I am going to keep on trucking, keep on carving out the time to get my YouTube videos up, because at the end of the day, I do still enjoy doing a lot of these. As I said, it's very therapeutic for me, and hopefully I'll have a house in the next week or two, or confirmation of it at least, and I'll let you guys know, because once I move out, I am going to go hard. Just I don't have the time right now. Like I only have like a set amount of time where I can record each day, and I think if I had, you know, wake up at 9 a.m. and I can record all day until like 10 p.m. or whatever, or stream, I would be on it. So little food for thought. Anyway, guys, some feedback would be appreciated as always. I'm gonna go and eat and shower, and I think I will have some Pokémon tournament and some Mario Galaxy up today. So as always, this is Pyro signing off, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.